I swear to God, if I can go back into the past, right, and tell the younger me, I would have told myself, do not listen to no one, stick to your passion and follow your dreams. Follow what you think is right for you. A lot of the time we have parents forcing kids to go to university and do a degree they have no interest in. And when they get older, they're going to go through, anxiety, stress, depression, trying to take pills to make themselves feel better. I stumbled on this video on YouTube and it's such an enlightening video to watch actually. And then I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to make a reaction video out of this. So let's watch this video and then I'm going to chop it back with you guys real quick.
If your kid likes something, whether it's science, languages, television, video games, just let them do it. People pay for education for their kids and all this kind of stuff to try and get the 12 GCSEs instead of 10. No one gives a toss if you've got 12 GCSEs. Whereas if they're playing video games and they understand what it is, that's the career they're going to do. They're not going to be a professional cellist. Okay, so instead of sending them to cello lessons, let them play Call of Duty. Because we didn't grow up with it. We're obsessed with this thing of screens. As an introverted kid, if I'd had an iPad, I'd have been so happy. Yeah. I'd have absolutely loved it. And loads of kids don't want to talk. They're not great at talking. Obviously, those kids make sure they do a bit, but sometimes just let them be who they are and let them do the thing that they want to do. There's a reason why Tiger Woods and Venus and Serena were prodigies and went on to do what they did, which is from the second they started being trained, they enjoyed it. It was the thing that they liked to do. And my mum got that's for sure. She understood, because she was a primary school teacher, she understood that by and large, if a kid is not interested in something, it's not going to end up being their career. You get parents now with kids when they say, oh my God, they spend all their time playing video games or something. You think, well, how do you mean? Do you mean like slack-jawed, or do you mean they're excited by what's happening and the next one is coming out and they know who makes it and they understand why it's different to the previous game and they understand, who's selling what to who? If they get all of that stuff, then let them play, because, they're going to know something that's going to be incredibly commercially useful. You're more likely to make money in video games than you are in being a cellist. That's my message to parents.
That's the facts. I remember the first time when I knew that I wanted to be a barber, I told my mother I was like 13 years old, right? I told her to take me to the barber shop, that I really enjoy cutting hair. I like the art form of it. And she looked at me and she said, seriously? I said, yes. She said, all right, then cool. She asked one of the barbers here, can he work? He's going to sweep up and, do it for free. Right, and I was fine with it. My mom actually tested me out and thinking if I was lying or not. So I was there for like 7 hours just watching them cut hair all day long. You feel me? I had a real passion for it. I don't know where it came from, but I knew that's something that I wanted to do when I got a bit older. So as time went on, right, I remember I was in school, I was really good at art. So, with cutting hair, you have to be good at art. You got to pay attention to details. Those were the curriculum that I used to love going to class for, art. Anything to do with art, I'm there. Anything apart from art and maths as well, I really, really enjoyed maths. My brain used to just turn off with other subject, right? And then I had a mentor that told me one time, he goes, you know what, you're really good with your hands. Like you really have a talent with your hands. But a lot of the time, we have I come from a background where, degrees and going to university is pushed more, and I understand it as well, because we have certain communities that's actually heavily in getting a degree, and you see them to today. Some of them are solicitors, and some of them are they're into medicines, and some solicitors as well, you see them in the parliament as well. I understand that as long as you love what you do and you enjoy what you do, then fair play to you. But so when I decided to take my career seriously, right, I saw the fact that I enjoyed doing what I was doing. It was a passion, never felt like work. It was like a walk in the park, and plus I was making money. And plus, when you enjoy doing something, you're going to be the best at it. I had all different types of clients. I had one gentleman one time, he was a doctor actually. He used to come to me every week and whatnot. But every time he used to come to me, he used to complain. He used to be like, man, my job is really stressful. I don't have time for myself. I told him, why did you pursue this career? He said, I did it for my father because my father's a doctor. So I felt like I had to do it as well and get a degree of it. So I said, wow. So what, you don't enjoy it? He said, I do not enjoy it at all, but it pays, but I really don't really enjoy it. And then he said something to me. He's like, it seems like you enjoy what you're doing. I said, of course I enjoy what I'm doing, this is it reminds me of being a kid again. Every time when I put the clippers on and I deal with my clients. Hence the reason why I still have that business to today. Because I'm saying to you, because I genuinely enjoy it, and then it gives me the freedom to do other things that I enjoy, such as content creating. So when I saw this video, I was like, yo, like, we need to help our kids find what they are in this earth for. It's all good to try to, you know, make them have a safety net, which is good. Make sure they have a safety net. Make sure they actually go to school and learn all the other subjects in school they need to learn. Yeah, that's very, very important at the end of the day. But what's more important is making sure they do something that's going to make them happy. Once they're doing something that makes them happy, they're going to be the best at it, and they're going to be able to provide the service they need to provide to the world and be the best at that. Do you know what I mean? Than doing something they don't like doing. Because I always say, yeah, it's like every time I used to go to central London, right? Because I never used to drive to central London. I used to like taking like the train to central London because it's way more faster and efficient. I just used to see zombies in the train station. Like everyone's zombied out. They don't look happy. They've got the suit. They've got the suited and booted, and they just look depressed. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, obviously I'm lucky for like getting into the industry that I'm in, being the best in my industry that I'm in, like that's given me so much free time to be able to, you know, do the things that I love doing, yeah? But I can see how they are slowly killing the inner child of them. Every time they go into work, doing something they don't want to do, you're slowly murdering that inner child in you. So that's why it's so important for us parents to tell our kids to let us know what they enjoy doing and try to push them into something they're more passionate about and something they will do effortlessly and make more money doing what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, we don't want our kids, right, to do something they're passionate about but don't make no money. We still want to educate them and say, okay, if you're passionate about this, try to figure out a way where you can create cash flow from this. Try to figure out something that you can bring into that industry. I had my son said to me something. He goes, raw. I asked him, what do you want to be? He goes, I want to be a gamer. I said, you want to be a gamer, right? This means, okay, cool. So how are you going to start? I'm going to have a YouTube channel, which he does have a YouTube channel, actually. And then I said, right, so what's your goal? He says he wants to have over millions of subscribers. I remember when I said that to him, I had a walk with him in the park and he said something to me and I said, you know what? You can achieve that. Just put your mind into it and just start. And that's what I said as a father, because I don't know how it feels like to have someone that's going to support my dreams and my passion. So I want to be the person to say that to my son and say, okay, cool, whatever you put your mind to, you can do, but make sure you be the best at what you want to do in life at the same time. So it's like, for parents out there, yeah, that might even stumble in this video, yeah, let your kids explore what they're passionate about first. Let them explore. And if they fail, right, let them know that it's okay to fail because you're always going to learn something in your failures, but do not quit whatever you genuinely like to do, right? You're going to have some kids that's going to like science. You're going to have some kids that's going to like, I don't know, anything to do with construction, you know, electrician, you know. We're all going to have certain things to bring into this world. But it's like when we try to tell our kids to do something because it's a safe haven, like you're really doing a disservice to your child that you're supposed to protect, you know, because you're really supposed to guide your kids to get to wherever destination they come to this earth for, and not try to make your kid like you, especially if you're not happy within yourself. Because I remember my father used to try to go to university and our relationship ain't that good because of that, you know? And it is what it is. I'm happy with how my life turned out. Hopefully he's happy with how his life turned out, and it is what it is. But one thing I love about doing something that I love doing, it always makes me feel good. Anytime I'm going through things in life, once I start doing something that I like doing, all the problems that I have just goes out the window. Why? Because I'm fulfilling my passion and fulfilling something that makes me happy. And it's so important for us parents to actually make sure our kids have the opportunity to feel that as well. Especially if you haven't felt that, don't stop your kids from seeing that. You know, so this video was just one of those videos where I watched it and I was just like, man, like I feel highly blessed to be doing what I'm doing right now. And I would want my kids to feel blessed doing what they feel like they want to do as well. And I just feel like that's just what will make, you know, I don't want to be on this kumbaya shit, but I feel like the world would be a better place if everyone's doing what they love doing, you know? At some point, you know, we are going to have people that's going to be passionate about being a doctor, passionate about being a lawyer, passionate about being a policeman, passionate about being a fireman, you know, passionate about we're always gonna connect the dots as human beings at the end of the day. So let kids be kids, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video anyway. I've been holding on to this video for a while, so I just thought, you know what, it's about time to just release it. And here's what it is. I'm gonna catch you guys. Peace. Bye.